Pete with Pathways to Aviation, helping you make the most of career fairs. Now, career fairs are the best idea ever, where a group of employers will assemble into a room or in an online venue with the sole intention of meeting you. They're also the worst idea ever. For starters, many students just choose not to attend career fairs. And if they and job seekers actually do attend career fairs, the vast majority just window shop. They might meet with a couple of employers, but for the most part, they walk in, they tour the place, and then they leave. Career fairs are a great opportunity. They're a great opportunity for you to brand yourself, to make connections, to build relationships, to learn about employers, and to become considered for key jobs. So I'm going to provide to you a list of tips to help you maximize your experiences at career fairs. And it all starts with registering for the career fair. You'll either do it through Handshake or some online form or an email, whatever it might take, if they have a registration process. Most do. Take advantage of that registration process. Don't just show up. Register for the event. It's quite possible that when you register for the event, those employers may get a list of attendees and be in touch with you in the future. But you want to take advantage of them registering right away. Now, as you do that, be sure to schedule the event in your calendar. Treat it like it's a class or a meeting, something that you will not miss. And as you schedule it, be sure to pad some time to reach out, to follow up with the employers that you visit. Very important. Now, most career fairs will feature a list of participating employers. Review that list. And if there's no list, reach out to the career fair venue and ask for them to provide you with a list of employers. When you review that list, create a list of targets. What you might want to do is review the list, identify the top 10 or 15% that you must visit. These are guaranteed you're going to visit this group, right? Definitely employers that fit within your scope of interest and specialties in the industries. Identify that group. It's going to be about 10 to 15% of the room. Then identify the next group of groups that you really want to visit. They may not be in your top tier, but you definitely want to visit with them. And it'll probably be about 25%. So you've already identified the initial 10 to 40% of the room of groups that you're going to visit. The next 25% of groups will be ones that you'd like to visit if you have an opportunity. And the remaining 30 to 40% of the room are just of low interest to you. One thing to remember about is the representatives at those employers that may not be of interest to you may be able to connect you to opportunities that you're pursuing. So always remember that almost everybody, if not everybody in the room, provides you with a fresh opportunity to pursue your dream. But definitely target in the first 10 to 35%. You want to do that because you want to conduct a heavy amount of research on each. Do that with the top 10, your top 2 groups. Okay? Conduct the research by going to their websites. Google them. Go to LinkedIn and check out any connections that you might have to those companies. Do some homework. Now, as you're doing that, make notes. Make notes about each employer. Track it all. Their strategic plans, their initiatives, their services, their leaders, their next steps, their departments, their open jobs. Just track it all. And in the same light, write down any questions that you might want to ask. These are questions that you can add in a general format about their corporate culture, their hiring practices, what they look for in new hires, that sort of thing. But through your research, you might find certain things that you want to learn more about. So list those questions. Next, update your online brand. if you provide a contact card or a resume, it's likely that those employers will check you out on LinkedIn. So go to LinkedIn to make sure that it's up to date and it's clean. And if you provide them with a resume, you want the LinkedIn information to pretty much match what's shared in the resume. Remember to take a look at your primary photo. Make sure it's a professional headshot, shoulders up, okay? And your banner photo, make sure it's something that's connected to the industry of your choice or your specialty or your university or whatever best represents you. It's a brand, so pay clear attention to that. Then go to your social, your Facebook, your Twitter, and your Instagram primarily to make sure that it's clean. If there are images, content, or friends that your mom would not approve, take it out. Remove it now, because it's very possible that they'll conduct a search for you on those social platforms. Next, practice your elevator pitch. It can be general to your career aspirations, or you can even create fresh ones for each of your first group of employers that you want to pursue. In your elevator pitch, it's basically a 45-second snapshot of who you are, your passions, your interests, your career aspirations, and then like an objective, right? So the objective could be I'm looking for an internship or a postgraduate job, or I'm merely looking for positions, but I won't be pursuing, whatever that objective is. Or it could be specific to the employer, or it says, you say you would like to work in such a department at that employer. But practice your elevator pitch, because it may or probably will come up within conversation. Okay, you're at the career fair day. You wake up. The next tips I want to provide to you are to take full advantage. The first is to dress appropriately. If you're on a college campus, most students will wear what they wear to class every day. Don't be that person. If you're a male, wear a tie. Guaranteed to stand out in the room. Employers will see you and they'll think, boom, they're gonna pinpoint you and hope to have a conversation with you. If you're a female, wear a dress, something nice. Now, you're not going to prom, you're not going to a wedding, you're not even going to a job interview, but look professional, okay? Dress appropriately. In the same light, be sure that you're groomed. You're clean, your hair is groomed, you're all good. Okay, next tip, bring a packet of information. In that packet, bring copies of your resume. The rule I would give is to bring an equal number to your top two groups. So if it's 35 employers that you're going to target, bring 35 resumes. You likely won't share your resume with all those employers, but have enough available just in case. And just in case you meet with other employers and they ask you for your resume. Okay? Key point. Bring contact cards. I would bring about half the room full, so it could be 50. Bring 50 contact cards if you can. Put them in your pocket, your purse, whatever. Slide them in the packet. That's okay. Also in the packet, bring the notes and the questions that you jotted down as you did your research. You might refer to it. Hopefully you just remember, but you might refer to it when you're in the conversations. That is okay because you're showing interest. You're going to show them that you did some homework. Take advantage of that, okay? But bring those notes and questions and include in there blank sheets of paper for you to write additional notes during the career fair day. And if you're bringing all that stuff, bring a writing utensil. Okay? Bring a pen so you can write those notes down during the day. Plan to arrive early. Arrive at the venue, at the park, however you commute, get there early. You can sit, you can breathe, you can just, refresh, focus, gear up mentally. But I will tell you that those who arrive early will get full advantage of the opportunity because the networking is better in the first hour or 2 hours of the career fair. Because towards the end of the career fair, the employers get tired, they're hungry, they're restless. The exchange may not be as great, as valuable as it is early on. So take full advantage by arriving early. Okay, the next tip is to check in at the venue. They might have a sign-in form for you to come in. There might be information there for you to take advantage of. There might be a map of the employers in the room and where they're located. Step aside, grab your pen, and circle your top 10s, then your top 25%, so that you have a roadmap as to where to go when you go into that career fair room. If it's online, same situation, okay? But take full advantage of that. And as you're stepping into the room, smile, breathe, and go to work, okay? Take full advantage of that opportunity, but go in with a positive and confident mindset. As you do that, work the room alone. Many students, many candidates will bring a friend or go in a group. Don't do that. That's an easy way to opt out of having conversations with employers. Go alone. You can connect with those people after the career fair. But during the career fair, this is about you, your career. Take full advantage of it by going alone. No distractions. Focus on you. Work that room alone. As you approach each employer, initiate the conversation. Now, some may beat you to the punch, but if you walk up to the employer and initiate the conversation, that's going to showcase a soft skill that they are going to admire. Provide a firm greeting. It could be a knuckle bump, it could be a handshake if you want, but verbally welcome them. Hello, my name is. They will do the same. Well, hello, first name. I represent. Bam, that starts the conversation. Now, for your top 10% or even top 35%, you can say, I circled you on my list. I really wanted to have a conversation with you. Now, nobody does that. You will definitely stand out. When you say that, they will likely reply with, huh? Why? Tell me why you targeted us. And then you can share your elevator, right? Or you can share your why for wanting to talk to them. You can base it on the research that you did. You can base it on that it is like a dream employer for your career. Whatever it is, your reason. But if you go in with that mindset and that delivery, they are going to eat it up. Take full advantage of that. Thing to remember as you're having this conversation is to listen. Listen, 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 and do not interrupt. These are key soft skills that they're looking for in this exchange. Remember, this conversation, it's a mini interview. If it's a great conversation, they will not forget you. So take full advantage of that. Put that in your mindset that this is a mini interview. So you're going to share information. You want to extract information. This is when you ask your questions. And if you pull out your sheet and ask those questions, go for it. Get information so that you can pinpoint them as a possible target for career options. Okay, this is just a career fair, but you can narrow your list by saying, I definitely want to work for this company. Okay, the next, as the conversation is coming to a close, exchange contact cards. If it's a great conversation, just simply ask, hey, it was great talking to you. I would love to grab your contact card. Is that possible? They will likely provide you with the contact or business card. You do the same. This is an opportunity for you to extend the conversation. It also gives you their information. Okay? Perfect. They know you're going to go talk to other employers, so this conversation will only take 4 to 5 minutes. Okay? Any longer, you might want to schedule a meeting with them to follow up. Right? That's even better. When you leave that table, just jot down some notes on your blank sheet of paper or on the back of the business card. Just write a few notes. Do not type it in your phone because it's going to give the impression that you just don't care. You're texting somebody or you're tweeting. Don't do that. Leave your phone in your pocket, your purse, wherever. Write notes in the back of the card. Include in there snippets of the conversation. Something that the person said, either on a personal level, on a community level, or on a professional level. Write snippets of that. Why do you do that? Well, it's because when you follow up, which is the next tip, you're going to want to follow up with an email thanking them for the opportunity to talk to them. In that thank you message, bring up the snippet. I really enjoyed talking to you about whatever it was. Okay? Include in that. Now, you might have more than one snippet. Perfect. You can just put one. It'll show them that you were listening. Plus, it'll trigger them to remember a positive conversation they had with you, leaving a good taste with them for future reference. Okay? Do that. They'll likely follow up by email. Right after you send those emails, go to LinkedIn and reach out and connect with each of those employer representatives. Okay? When you click connect, don't hit submit yet. Write a personal message in the connect field. Okay? The message could be, hello, first name. It was such a pleasure meeting with you today at the whatever career fair it was. I really enjoyed learning more about employer name and talking to you about whatever that snippet is. Okay? I look forward to continuing this relationship or continue this discussion or learning more about the company. Submit. Writing a personal message will elevate or increase the chance of them responding in kind by accepting you and them following up with the message. Now you've created a new conversation. Okay? And LinkedIn's like a database, so you can continue the conversation without having to worry about finding their email or phone number. It's all built in LinkedIn. These tips are valuable. Career fairs are incredible opportunities for you to make the most of building your brand. That is the first and foremost quest of career fairs. The ultimate quest is to increase that communication so that they're inviting you to a job interview. Whether the job interview is to fill an immediate position or one down the road when you are ready. Okay? It's a great opportunity for you to be intentional with your career. They're coming to you. They're paying money to come and meet you. And since most students and job seekers don't take advantage of visiting with all these employers, you will stand out. I'm Pete with Pathways to Aviation, really hoping you take advantage of these tips to maximize your career fair experience.